What's going on, my trainer club? We have some awesome news that we're going to cover today. We are going to go over the shiny encounter rate for everything that is currently in the game, because right now we have an event and I'm always curious. I'm seeing like some people like, oh, I know somebody that has 5 shinies, or I know somebody that hasn't got any shinies and they've done 1,200 checks. So what we're going to do is we're going to check out what the shiny rate encounter is for wild, for eggs, for baby eggs, for raid bosses, and everything else that you have to know about encountering shinies. So you know what time it is. Welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. So ever since we've had the Magikarp dropped in 2017 as that pretty gold first shiny in Pokemon Go, we have ever been increasingly seeing more shinies, and also have been very curious about what in the world is my chances of getting a shiny. And now that we have raids, you know, we are hatching shinies and eggs, we have field research, there's a lot of different ways to get shinies. So today we're going to cover what is going to be your best odds of getting shinies and what all of the encounter rates are, so that you can maximize what you want to see. You want to see those shinies, and of course the sparkles are what make these Pokemon so cool, and obviously them being rare makes them even more desirable. So that's kind of what makes this game fun, is that even though it's not quite as rare as the handheld games, it's still pretty rare, and also we've satisfied our shiny cravings with the community day. So today we're going to get into all of that. If you guys have any questions, comments, what you think about the shiny rates, what your comments are about you not getting or getting too many, or if there's any variables that we don't cover in this video, let me know. I want this to be a discussion. I want to search out things that maybe aren't out there right now. And thank you for the silphroad.com. If you don't know about them, you should check them out. They have done a ton of research, and they have given me a beautiful article to reference to help make a great video for you guys to cover all of these different scenarios. So before I get into that, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you guys being a part of the Trainer Club, and obviously we hit that 25,000 sub mark. My free pin is live right now. There's also going to be an exclusive offer after the pin that you can't get anywhere else, which is also going to include, I know a lot of you guys want to connect and see what YouTubers do at a behind the scenes type scenario. So what I'm doing is I'm giving you a free bonus offer in there to get a video where I edit, I go ahead and I connect, and I also show you everything I use and how I edit, what the process is of making a video, in case anybody wants to be a YouTuber or you just want to see the behind the scenes process, because everybody's like, it's so glamorous, and at times it definitely can be, but then at other times it's a lot of hard work. So I want you guys to get in tune there. If you are interested, go ahead and go to thetrainerclub.com and you can get the pin for free, and there's also the shirt in there as well that is only exclusive in there. You won't be able to find it out there. So it's live for a week right now, so we are counting down starting now. All right, so the Silph Road has done a ton of research for this, and I'm super grateful for this. So if you want the full article, you want to see all the different parts, you can check out the description below. Obviously, if there's any changes or anything comes up that has switched, I'm going to pin it in the comments below so that you can check that out. So the first thing we're going to check out is the shiny ratio for the wild Pokemon. So we have 2 different types of wild Pokemon. We have the weather boost and we have the regular. So we're going to check out, is there a differential in the shiny boost from regular Pokemon to weather boosted Pokemon? For over 7 months, the Silph Road has had rangers out in the field gathering information, doing shiny checks to get this information to help us understand better about the game, the dynamics, and what are the potential ratios. And what they have found out, by about 600,000 different encounters, we have a ratio of about 1 in 450 encounters. Now, let me break this down, because this is an average, right, of over 600,000 encounters. This is what we're coming about with. What that would mean is that some people in there have had no encounters for 1,000. Some people have had 2 encounters for 1,000, but this is just on average. And for the wild, there's typically about in between 1 in 425 and 1 in 475. So we're just averaging it out for the 450. Given what that says, don't make this think like it's not even worth my time, because it's definitely worth your time. But just know, like, sometimes for myself, like, I'll see 2 shinies in a day, and then I won't see a shiny in the wild for like a month, right? And so that then evens out over time, the longevity of your Pokemon career. Think about it like that. Like, sometimes think about like basketball, right? Somebody will shoot 100% from the free throw line in a game or 2, but over their entire career, they're about 82% free throw shooter. Same thing in the Pokemon here. You are going to be about a 0.02% shiny encounter externally of Community Day and all these other things, just wild encounters in your Pokemon Go career. And then for the weather boost, there has not been any significant difference in encountering shinies. They're saying it's typically about 1 in 440, just about the same as 1 in 450. So for the weather boost, there has not been any significance to the increase in spawns. So although there's a lot less encounters in the weather boost, this still holds true that it is about 1 in 450 that is going to happen. So with that said, the weather hasn't really significantly impacted any of the shiny encounters. So what that means is you're gonna have a 0.222% chance of catching a shiny Pokemon, which is not even 1%, it's 0.2, right? 0.2% of, it's not like 22%, it's 0.2% of 1%, right? So we're looking at that 1 in 450. But what that also means, extrapolating as we see more Pokemon, that you have about an 80% chance after 725 encounters that you're going to see a shiny. So that's why I say when you're out there and grinding and you're like, man, I don't want to see this, I don't want to do anymore, I haven't got a shiny this event. It's happened to me. I didn't get a shiny Machop or a shiny Makahita in the fighting event. I didn't grind super insanely crazy, but I did play a little bit more, and it's just okay. At some point it's going to happen. Like yesterday on live stream, one of the first Pokemon I clicked on was going to be a shiny Snubbull, and that's just how it is. And who knows if I'll see a shiny Apom or anything else like that, but just keep encountering and going, and that longevity of these shinies, don't get discouraged in the process. And so now we have a little bit of information that's going to be included in special events. So checking these out, we're going to see if there's any difference in special event shinies and the ratios of how much there is per shiny. For the holiday event, there was a total encounter of 2390, with 5 shiny encounters, which made a shiny rate of about 1 in 480. The Valentine's Day and Lunar event, there was 26,000 encounters, 38 shiny encounters, which came to about 1 in 700. The anniversary event, there was 21,000 encounters. Shiny encounters were 52 for a shiny rate of 1 in 420. The April Fool's event, there was 9,600 encounters, 23 shinies, and 1 in 420. The Earth Day event, there was 52,000 encounters, 133 shinies, and 1 in about 400. The Battle Showdown event, there was 178,000 encounters. There was 400 shinies and about 1 in 450. And then the Adventure Week was 160,000 total encounters. Shiny encounters of 345 with a shiny rate of about 1 in 470. So typically on average there, it still maintains about that 1 in 450, which shows why some people are like, I ground super hard for a week. But think about this also, right? Like the people that are getting a couple shinies, some people may not be playing too much, but when events happen and new shinies get released, chances are you're playing a lot more. So you're gonna see like potentially 2 or 3 shinies. Chances are you're gonna catch more than 720 Pokemon in a whole 10-day event span, right? Maybe you'll catch 2 to 3 to 4 times that amount. Ask yourself, how many Pokemon do I catch during these events? Am I catching 1,000, 2,000? 3,000, and then look at how many shinies you got. If you're really catching that many Pokemon, you theoretically should have a couple of those shinies. And then also the shinies were analyzed based on the species. So checking this out here, based on the species, we have an Aeron, which 74,000 encounters, 175 shinies, 1 in 420. We have Kabuto with 55,000 encounters. Shinies were 124, about 1 in 450. We have the Love Disc with 19,000 encounters, 1 in 630. Magikarp 42,000, 117 shinies, 1 in 360. We have Makuhita 88,000, 210 shiny encounters, 1 in 420. Then we have Meditite, which is 82,000, 174 encounters with 1 in 480 shiny encounter rate. We have the Murkrow with 15,000, 30 were shiny, 1 in 510. We have Omanite, 56,000, 105 shinies, 1 in 540. We have Pikachu, 25,000, 60 shinies, 1 in 430. We have the Poochyena with 15,000 encounters, 29 shinies, 1 in 530. And then we have the Swablu with 66,000 encounters, 163 shinies with 410. And then finally we have the Wailmer with 30,000 encounters, 67 shinies, and 1 in 460. So after this, we're going to get in a little bit more, but with the conclusion of this first, there is no real significant difference in the shiny encounter rate, which comes from the weather, right? The normal, the weather boost, the event boost. None of that really has a difference in the amount of shinies. They're all in the range of about 400 to 520, averaging about 450 overall. So that's a 0.22% increase. So what that means for you is the overall ability for you to get a shiny is number one, a little bit of luck, which comes down to your mindset. How positive are you? You can kind of feel the days and the times when you're going to go ahead and get a shiny. Like you're kind of excited, like some type of excitement that you don't really know why you're excited about. I take this like for skateboarding, for sports, like you just have a feeling like you're gonna win, right? When you get that feeling, like act on that feeling, go after that feeling, right? That's when you might be getting more shinies that day. And then when you get that, you can kind of have this like snowball effect. It's almost like you're kind of being guided to where those shinies are, right? And then obviously the perseverance. That's why in all my videos, I tell you to grind, because even though you're not seeing that shiny, that doesn't mean you should give up. Think about this as like a life goal. You're not getting your result. Does that mean you quit, you throw in the towel and say this isn't worth it? Or is it, do you really want this? And it's just making sure that you're not enjoying the process, and to switch that mindset to enjoy the process so that you can have fun while you're searching there. Focus on that you can get XP, that you can get shinies, that you can get candy, that you can be with your friends, that you can be out and about and playing Pokemon Go in the sunny weather, in the downtown area, exploring new places. Like that should be the process. And the shinies are kind of just like this bonus reward on top. I know that everybody wants the shinies, but the reward and the bonus on top is that. Don't make it the main game about this, because then you can come up disappointed and then you'll be like, man, I don't even know why I play Pokemon Go. The reality is you're out there playing Pokemon Go to have fun. You're out and about, you're exploring, you're seeing new places, you're having fun with friends, you're meeting new people, and you can play a video game at the same time. That's where we win from. So that's part one for now. We're gonna launch part two tomorrow, which is gonna cover the increased shiny rates and what the best shinies to hunt are, in what forms to be getting them in Pokemon Go.